gasoline, truth is died.
Drinking may or may not have been involved. So Carolina's true back then, but it's a lot of people that work here, like Billy and Nicole were there as well. We like to go like a lazy river like every summer, and so we were having fun. I had a little too much fun. We all set sail down the river, and they were telling us like, we got to go river right. You got to go river right, or you're gonna have a rough time. So we were hammered. We did not go river right, and I was making fun of our other friend Kale. I was like, "Oh, you want the roast beef sandwich? You want this roast beef sandwich?" And I took a big bite, like, "Oh, let's do this sandwich. Do you still want it?" And I just chewed it. I was like, "Ooh, that sun feels nice." Just did this, and like, choked to death on my sandwich.
Literally unconscious.
Yeah, I went unconscious, choked to death on the sandwich. Willie had to drag my fucking fat corpse up over the rocks. But the reason I mentioned which way we needed to go down the river was if we had gone the correct way, I would have been dead because there was nothing but woods over that side. We went against the rocks if you ever gone through that windy route by the forks. So we were able to because we went the wrong way, we were able to carry my corpse up the rocks. Our other friend Desiree, she is this like little 5 foot nothing like Spitfire. She runs up to the rock to the first vehicle. And like people go 70 miles a second. She's like, yeah. But she stopped them. They so happened to have a CB radio, so they were able to get EMS services. But still, it was still like 40 something minutes an hour where I just didn't have air. So I don't know how I'm alive. They actually when they loaded me at the ambulance, they kind of were just like, "Oh yeah, we'll do reciprocity." Like, he's fucking dead. Like the EMT had called off the life flight, had already pronounced me DOA, to Scout.
I was living with him when this happened. Had no clue.
I just legitimately did the Undertaker rest of me the sandwich out. And what the fuck is going on? The EMT still had his little fucking walkie on his shoulder. And he was like, he was no longer an EMT. This was now just a dude named Chris. You're dead.
You died.
You were for a long time. I called off the light flight. It was like, so can I go? Am I good then? He was like, you should probably go to the hospital because you might have some brain damage because you were dead for way too long. So it sounds like a great idea. Just went back.
Might have blacked out. I
didn't black out. The blackout was definitely the death part. That was blacked out.
See anything when you're dead, or is it just black?
All right. So there's two things that didn't quite line up with reality. I was wearing a baseball hat like you guys, but my hat doesn't have the little holes in it, so it was just a straight hat.
Yeah.
When I put my hat over my face from the sun, I was like, oh, that sun actually feels kind of nice. I remember seeing a light through the hat. That was my last conscious thought. I was like, oh, that light feels kind of nice. Out. Then when I sat up and did the Undertaker bit at the fucking poor EMT, I remember turning to my right, and there was another person that was kind of dressed up, and she had braids like this, and she was like, "It's all right, you're good, you're back, you're all good." I was like, "All right, cool." And I fucking go, just remember that small bit. And the guy that I was mentioning earlier, Kale, he came in and was like, "I got your wallet. I got your wallet. I kept all the drink stuff." I was like, "Cool, thanks, Kale. I don't think you're gonna let me take fucking stunt cruiser to the hospital."
So I'm pretty sure that lady you saw was probably a Valkyrie bringing you back.
Here's the funny part is so afterwards, after I get out and everything, I remember I tried to get a hold of the EMT company to thank them for hey, fucking thanks.
Yeah.
Getting you back. And I was like, yeah, who was that chick that was in there? To the Chris guy, he was like, there was no other driver. There was nobody. It was just me. I was like, well, who was the girl in there? He was like, there was nobody in the ambulance. And Kale opened the side door, so it's me. And then he would have seen she would have been right here where Big Cat is. I was like, Kale, you remember seeing that chick with the braids? She had the big not Princess Leia bun style, but that kind of
that thick braid. Yeah.
You remember seeing that chick? He was like, there's no chick. It was just you and the fucking ambulance dude. I was like, oh, weird. So weird. Like, so that was it. Just I remember that, and those are the only two things that don't match up.
So my experience with this was I came home one day and I was living with him, and I saw him laying on his couch, and you were still wearing the
medical junk. I had just got home. So
he had the thing they use at the dentist that the bib.
It's a medical junk. Yeah.
So the bib on, and it was asleep.
They cut my shirt off, the bastards, and I got pissed off because I was like a custom jersey, and they cut that off. I was like, so you're gonna make me walk out of this hospital with a fucking just shirtless? No, give me a shirt. You guys cut off my shirt. Give me a shirt. I'm paying enough money for this experience. Give me a shirt.
And I walk in, he's laying down, he's passed out, and I look at him.
I was pretending I was dead because all right. So the caveat on and all of this is so Willie and Nicole, they came and picked me up from the hospital. They stopped at some eateries, like some Johnny's sandwiches or whatever the fuck, pizza place in Scoho. And I'm like, yeah, you want anything? I was like, yeah, I want a roast beef sandwich, please. I'm like, fuck you. Like, you're not getting one. And so I kind of had just gave JP the little bit of the lowdown on the way there. So I stopped at Harvest Moon and I got a double roast beef sandwich as well. So when he came in, I just kind of had it hanging out on my face and laying on the floor. And he's like, too fucking soon. So I was like, I know, I'm still wearing the medical Johnny.
I was about to ask, since then, how many roast beef sandwiches have you had?
Countless. I fucking love roast beef.
Dude, it's roast beef. Roast beef is banging, man.
Yeah.
Dude, but 100%, that was a Valkyrie that brought you back from Valhalla going, no, Odin doesn't want you.
What it was Jesus was like, he saw me coming, so he was like, no, fuck no. Get back down. No.
Devil's like, I don't fucking want him.
Satan's like, he'll take the fuck over. No, go away.
And their boys. No, we're not ready. Fuck this.
Yeah. We're gonna go home. We don't need another one.
Satan's like, he'll fucking take over. Get rid of him now.
Yeah, Sam headbutted me down. He was like, no, not yet.
Stay the fuck down there.
Oh my God.
So I'm only 3 years old, guys. So
Yeah, he was resurrected.
I think it was it's 2 or 3
Eyewitness
summers ago,
is rebirth.
So the name Hardcore Jesus does?
Yeah, it's legit
It's
now.
legit.
Yeah, I came back, and it didn't take me 3 fucking days either. It took me an hour.
Well, that's called the express lane.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, Eric Johnson.
He literally ate the next day.
The same day. Well,
The same day.
when I got out of the
I was
hospital.
living with him. I came home and he had it in his fucking
You
hand.
did not even swallow. You just took a bite. And
I took a bite because it's my dumb ass just slid down my throat.
Dude, the worst part is it was that week. I think that weekend was Limitless, and you came up and you're like, hey, by the way, guys, I died last week. And all of a sudden, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I would have been done for real.
You would have been dead, not dead.
I teased him. There's a sandwich that he created called Atlas. I ate one the other day at the house.
Dude, yeah, it was a sandwich we used to make at the convenience store. It was every meat, every cheese.
On the menu here.
Because it would be really expensive. It's every deli meat. It's every cheese you can think of. It's a couple of vegetables.
Just make it like a $30 sandwich.
Hot relish.
Yeah, just make it like a $30 sandwich.
They just want to eat.
It's like, well, you guys just had ribs, you had mac and cheese, but you still want a sandwich. Yes.
So last note on the death story is, so when I get to the hospital, because he's like, he was like, you should probably go get an MRI, see if you got fucking brain damage. Like, yeah, I mean, probably is a good idea. So the doctor, we do the MRI. They let me sleep for the next night. And the doctor comes in and is like, so when was the car crash? I'm like, what are you talking about? And it's like, he slapped up my x-ray of my brain scan. He's like, you see the dark lines right there? It looked like a tiger scratch. I'm like, yeah. It's like, that's old brain damage. So were you in multiple car vehicles? Like, I've been a professional wrestler for 20 years. He's like, you should probably stop doing it. I was like, no.
I can see.
So, and then he was like, but the good news is there's no new brain damage. It's like, oh, sweet.
Cool. All right.
Well, you're saying there is some. It's like, yeah, really.
Absolutely. I can see Alexander sitting there going. I can see you sitting there going like, so that one is probably the trash can. Trash can lid as I choke on my own spit. That one is probably maybe off the top of the cage. That would be the JP.
It's from wrestling and birth.
Yeah, for real. I think one of them definitely was for I took a Cobra clutch bomb to the apron to the floor for instant death because I'm an idiot.